Welcome, Cruz Boxing Scorecard. This is our second episode. I'm your boy Cruz, aka Cruzito El Vago.
And it's Henry again.
We just finished watching Joshua versus Ngannou. What the hell? You know what I'm going to do? I recorded us reacting to the video. I'm going to post it up right now.
Yo, Ngannou's reach is longer.
Definitely, bro. Look
No,
at
it's not.
It's not longer.
No way.
He's 78 and Joshua's 82.
What?
Joshua's reach.
Really? Oh! Holy shit! Holy shit!
One to the face.
7, 8, 9.
Let's see if AJ jumps right on it.
Bro, that's crazy.
Oh, shit! Oh my god! What the fuck?
That's it.
Holy shit!
6. No, he's getting back up.
8.
No, that one was a uppercut. Nah, it was a round. It was that.
Oh, that's it! It's over! It's over! It's over! Holy shit! What the fuck?
This dude is cool. Bro, he's not even like tired yet, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's not even moving.
He's dead! He knocked out cold!
Wow.
Yo,
I was like, holy shit.
I couldn't believe it.
Pretty good.
Did you see how good Joshua looked, though?
He's there for redemption, and he knew what he needed to do. Like, he knew that, like, if he looked bad, it looked bad on the name of boxing.
Hell yeah.
And there's, like, so many people that say, like, oh, boxing's dead. But, like, no, it's not. It's just that you're not a real fan.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, he went to sleep.
Yo, Joshua standing on all 10 toes, knocked Ngannou back to the UFC.
Wow. I was like, oh my God.
I couldn't believe
On the
it.
button too, because it's sharp. It's sharp. And remember, I was talking about this earlier. I was just like, I want Ngannou to win.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I've seen Joshua fight mad times.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, yo, come on, dog. And now it's like, all right, he's going to stick to the science. So now that he's doing that, I think he can accomplish a lot.
Yeah.
If he just sticks to it.
Yeah, he had a great straight right. The first knockout went right through the hole and punched him right on the button, went down. And I don't think Ngannou was expecting that power at all. And when he went down, he looked surprised. And
The first time
he looked
He's like,
surprised.
oh, shit.
The second time he went down, he looked defeated. But when he went to sleep, did you see the oxygen mask that they had him on?
And you know, all I was thinking, I'm like, yo, these guys are giants. Give him the oxygen. I'm like, these guys are so big, dog.
It's a pause. But let me tell you, man, when he didn't get up for a while, I thought they were gonna bring out a stretcher. Remember that fight with Wilder and that Polish dude, Polski or something?
Oh, yeah.
And then he was talking all that smack, and they came out with the stretcher. They brought up the ambulance into Barclays Center,
Right.
and
I
took him out
remember
the stretcher.
that.
I really thought they were gonna take Ngannou out of the stretcher the way he fell down and didn't get back up.
Like, you got to realize, like, the whole thing, the whole medical game has changed in the last, like, 10 years.
Yeah.
Because, like, the referees they have to be as good as doctors now. They have to know what is going on.
But refs do actually take courses. I looked into it because I wanted to see, about judges. I wanted to see about refs. So seeing maybe I get into something like that because I love the sport so much.
Facts.
And refs do have to go to classes. They go to courses. They have to make sure they keep up to code. And especially each state has its own like athletic commission. It has its own athletic commission. And but yeah, these guys they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that ref did anything out of the box or like out of step. because
He did the right
Joshua
thing.
Joshua just knocked him.
Honestly, I think Joshua looked clean, but it was also in the second round. I'm used to seeing Joshua just getting gassed all the time.
All the time.
Like, so that's why I'm like, all right. But he came in slick, clean, and he made a point for fucking boxing. Boxing, a lot of people, like a lot of my boys and everybody's talking about like, oh, boxing's dead. I'm like, it's not. You're just not part of the culture or understand it. You know what I'm saying?
It comes to like fruition too, like when people say, oh, you know, you think you could come into boxing and then fight, you know, contenders, and just because you're great at something else, or like just for
Right.
example, like Ngannou coming straight up out of UFC to fight
his
Tyson
story,
Fury.
though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about him going straight up to fight Tyson Fury, right? And then who gets that chance? You have so many contenders that actually have records, and the records, they put in the work, right? Ngannou just comes in, fights Tyson Fury, and he doesn't put in the work. He doesn't fight the people that are waiting in line. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
Right.
he should have fought.
He, you
Joseph
know what it
Parker,
is that
or
he already had the following.
Yeah, but still, it doesn't make a difference, because look how it went down now, right?
Right.
You're talking about people. This is experience.
Right.
This is experience, right?
Right.
And if Ngannou had more experience, he was wide open.
Yeah,
He was wide open.
But you know what? I think about Lomachenko, because when Lomachenko became pro, yeah, he had 2 Olympic gold medals, but he came in and fought a dirty champ. You know what I'm saying? And
not
he
the
took
same.
the. It's not, but I was thinking of it in the same limelight. Like, all right, because his story, and it got hyped. But you know what? I fell victim to it, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, all right, but do I think that Ngannou should keep on boxing? I'm like, absolutely. He just needs to get trained.
He needs to put in the work.
Because you know what? Here's what I think personally is that the heavyweight division is so small that a man of his pedigree can do what he did. Like, think about it like anyone else in MMA that knocking people out like him, which there has been, but he was just like, yo, I need to make bread. And he got out the game. And then he got into boxing. I might be talking.
I think I could disagree with you on this
I
one.
might be like talking like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm just going based off of my own opinion.
Yeah,
and
no, of
like,
course.
what I see, because you know what, I love his story.
The story's good. The story's good. The
His
story's
story's
there.
great.
But you could love a story, but his story didn't win tonight, baby. He went down like a
No.
bag of bricks. Motherfucker fell asleep. Somebody put a blanket
I
over him.
was just like,
Somebody put a binky in his
God.
mouth. He was out cold. Somebody sang some lullabies to him, man. He was out. Now, when I tell you, man, look at what Jake Paul is doing, right?
Okay.
I'm not going to, give him credit, but he's not fighting champs. He's not. He's not fighting champs like how Ngannou just stepped in and decided to fight Tyson Fury,
Right.
an actual champion who has a belt, and then Anthony Joshua, who's a former 2-time champion, right? You have Jake Paul coming in, testing the waters, fighting you old retired fighters, getting his name up.
UFC fighters.
The only good fight that he had was against
So
Tyson
are
Fury's little brother.
Are we gonna talk about it now? We're gonna take the cat out the bag
Well,
because it's announced today.
Well, that's another thing we should talk about, right? Like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Honestly, I would have been like exhibition. Like, yes.
I think it's an exhibition.
I'm hearing that it's like official. But it's all about the sporting commission. If they allow Mike Tyson to go back in, and it's all about that. But either way, the fight is set.
Yeah.
July 20th, right?
It is July 20th.
So I'm thinking, I'm like, I don't give a fuck if it's exhibition or whatever. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. But,
you could fuck and curse.
all
I'll
right,
fuck
so
and curse too.
all I want to say is that I will be so upset if Tyson
Mike
doesn't
Tyson.
Mike Tyson doesn't take the W, because personally that guy's an icon in my eyes, and he's one of the best. I remember watching a rerun with him and Muhammad Ali before Muhammad Ali had his problems, and they both talked about who would win in a fight, and Muhammad is already retired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's like, nah, I ain't got nothing on Muhammad.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the best.
Yeah, so like for me, I don't think it's gonna be an official fight. The way that they're promoting it, it's like they're promoting a sporting event. It's gonna be like the biggest sporting event. So
Right.
just like how the other fights that Jake Paul has had, where it's it's not gonna be a real deal. I don't think so. I think there's gonna be rules to it. I honestly think,
The paycheck's real deal.
the paycheck is real. That's all that matters, right? And if Mike Tyson's all about it, he's promoting it and everything.
I honestly think that Mike Tyson has, like, ever since he did that thing on HBO where he did his talk about his life, he has been doing his paper properly. Like, he started his own garden, meaning like growing weed and everything.
Yeah, he's got
and
his own.
he has his own vape.
Yep.
He's got everything, and he's doing business right. And I think that he makes enough money. What entails him? I think he's still got that demon in him, and he still wants to get it out.
Yeah.
And you know what? And he's probably, and I heard, and I'm like, don't call me to it, but I heard that he's got like one of the best trainers in the game right now. And the trainer's like, yo, he still hits hard.
Of course, man.
Like, yo, dude, like, this guy is still, like, I gotta ice my hands afterwards.
Yeah, it's
So,
Mike Tyson,
like,
man.
with that being said, the guy has 40 years experience compared to Disney Channel. All I gotta say. That's it.
So, like,
with him.
at the end of it, right? Like, if we really talk about who's gonna win or who's gonna lose, I think a lot of people are expecting Mike Tyson to win because of his pedigree, because
don't
of his
think so.
record. A lot of people are. And I mean, do you think he's gonna win?
I think that, I don't know, because this kid is looking really good. He's an actual athlete now. Like, he's so athletic, and he looks great. Like, but he's also, in my eyes, still not in the same pedigree as Mike Tyson. So, like, you got to look at it as a category. Like, think of it as like a mechanic, right? Imagine a kid that took like BOCES or whatever course, but then you also look at a guy that has been a mechanic for 50 years and already knows the
science.
like, dude, I
He
could do
knows.
this shit in my sleep.
Yeah, like you don't need.
So
yeah.
it's kind of like white boys gotta be on his P's and Q's.
I
Or,
agree.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Like, I that's all I gotta say. Like,
Yeah, so for my prediction of that fight is 50-50 because you have young man, a young, strong, powerful man. And don't forget,
he's
at
not
the-
young in boxing though. He's not.
I'm talking about who? You're talking about Jake? I'm talking about let me finish. The Jake Paul is young. That
is
dude
young,
is young compared
he-
to Mike Tyson.
He is young,
Alright.
but he's not young in boxing.
How old is he? 24, 23?
That's that. Yo, like, think about it. If you look about the history of boxing, I'm pretty sure he's like, how old is he?
He's 27.
He's 27. That's like not veteran, but you're in
You
your
should
prime.
be there. You should be there. Yeah, you should
You know
be
what
there.
I
I think
mean?
that's
Like,
how old Ryan Garcia
But he got
is.
in late. But don't get me wrong.
But
But
who else
I'm
got
just,
in late? Deontay Wilder came in late.
you know what?
He came in super late.
You know
and
what?
He was
I
knocking
think-
dudes out left and right.
And he's looking terrible right now.
Well,
He needs
but he
to
has
train.
the track
You know who I think he should train with? I'm sorry, getting off the subject.
Mm-hmm.
I think he should train with Triple G's trainer that trains in Germany.
Mexican?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. The Mexican?
Because
dude?
remember, they used to train in Germany back in the day. Like, I forget his name. He is Mexican, but
Chavez?
I don't know his name. But they used to train in Germany But nonetheless, if he had him and just put him through footwork and just, I think
Yeah.
he
So,
stays in Alabama, bro. He don't leave Alabama. He's
you're talking about Wilder.
yeah. But back to the
I got
subject.
you. So, Jake Paul, I'm saying, he's young compared to Mike Tyson, right? He has strength. The way he knocked out Homeboy last week was.
But who is he?
I understand, but he has strength. He has strength. People can't
Of
just
course.
knock people out. People can knock people down, right? But knocking people out cold takes precision and strength. Now, let me finish. Mike Tyson, I've seen his ass get knocked out. In his later years against Lennox Lewis, he had trouble. He had trouble against Evander Holyfield. But he fought young prime heavyweight champions, right? And he was a little bit past his prime, just a little bit. Now you have somebody that's
Bald Mike Tyson.
yeah. But so that's why I'm saying 50-50. I don't know who's gonna win. I'm not putting Jake Paul's tick. I'm not saying he's not gonna win. There's no way he can win, right? Because of that reason. I think we're gonna probably see a really nice and healthy Mike Tyson because I hear he's been training like a monster. And
That's why he took it, bro. Like, think about it.
yeah,
He's getting the best science. He's basically Ivan Drago at this point. What health science has to offer, because this guy was a freak when he was like 16.
yeah.
They thought he was like fucking a 25-year-old man.
Wolverine.
Yeah. So this point, it's like, this guy is an anomaly. And now that this old man anomaly is still around, they're going to be like, let's test the waters. Let's see what's good. And I think it's a perfect picking for what's going on. And I honestly think I don't think Tyson's going to hit the canvas. And if he does, he's going to get right back up and hit him in the canvas. I already don't care about his name. What's his name again?
I find it funny because when Jake Paul announced it to
Okay.
Logan, his brother was there and his brother's girl was next to him. And he's like, yo, I'm fighting Mike Tyson. And Logan went like, the girl was like, I don't believe it, but Logan believed it. And then the girlfriend was like, you afraid he's gonna eat your ear?
Absolutely not. Mike Tyson's like mind state was way different.
Yeah.
And you know what? Evander Holyfield, I think, in my eyes, is one of the best heavyweights ever.
Yeah, I think
Ever.
I agree.
Like, he ended his career, I think, in like 2011. Don't hold me to it, but
yeah,
I don't
'cause
know.
He was fighting
in Russia,
yeah,
dude.
he was fighting nobodies.
He was fighting nobody's
He was getting
just
a paycheck.
because to do it. And now I think he lives in like somewhere down south. I think he's like a phenomenal like person, like how he holds himself. He like reminds me of like a John Henry Irons, like a story like that. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's like the shit.
Joseph Parker actually fought tonight.
Oh yeah.
And he fought Big Bad Zhang.
Zhang Bang.
Zhang Bang. Zhang Bang.
I hate it. But you know what? Zhang Bang.
This dude is like 300
He
pounds.
came in at like 291 tonight.
He's like the only heavyweight Chinese fighter. Undefeated, knocking people out left and right. We've seen him fight a couple times live, and he's knocked people out left
I'm
and
not even gonna lie. Alex called him Crucito Vago, called him Shrek. And then when he walked out, I was like, holy shit, it is Shrek. He just needs the thing. I was like, yo, the dude's giant.
Next time you don't gotta do air quotes on Crucito El Vago because I am Crucito El Vago Loco. You better recognize.
First of all,
Anyways, but Zhang came out. I thought he was gonna win.
I thought right away, I'm like, this guy, we've seen him fight like twice. Mad slow. Mad slow. And we even said it. They're like, yo, you know who I'd like to see him fight? Babyface.
Yeah, Adam Karnowski.
So I'd be like, but like, I told you that I've been following Oh wow, I'm forgetting his name.
It's all good, but Joseph Parker,
Joseph
right?
Park.
Let's
Yeah,
go back to Joseph Parker.
Joseph Park has already beaten Wilder, and he beat Zhang tonight. And Zhang, his performance.
So,
what do you think?
For the people who didn't get to watch the fight tonight, Zhang came out and he was actually the favorite to win, and he knocked Joe Parker down twice throughout the fight, and he knocked him down, but Joseph came back up. He was too slow. The bigger man, the heavier man, lost. Joseph Parker came through and he fought. He came back up. He fought through adversity. I give mad props to Joseph Parker. He done beat Deontay Wilder now. He done beat this boy Zhang today. I think
What's
he has
his record now? Because I remember when I first,
Parker?
I remember seeing him first fight when he was like 18-0, and I'm pretty sure it was like almost like 8 years ago. And I was like, yo, this guy's got it. He just needs a good team.
Yeah, he's 35 and 3.
Right. So
With 23 knockouts, and he's lost against Joe Joyce. And I think that was a really close fight too. He's lost against Dylan White, who was co-hosting.
Yeah,
he was co-hosting.
Dylan White, yo, his swag was nice tonight. I liked his swag tonight.
And he lost against Anthony Joshua. Now, Joseph Parker, he had the belt. He had one of the belts and he was defending his belt against Anthony Joshua at the time. And
I remember that fight.
And he won and he took his belt. So he's a former champ too. But I have high hopes for Joseph Parker. He's doing his thing. Mad props goes out to him and his team doing the right thing, doing the right move.
Facts.
Now I want to go on to a different topic though. Let our audience know a little bit more about us. How about you share with us who your favorite fighter of all time growing up is?
It's really hard to say. I look at the history of it.
So you don't have one?
Gun
Gun to your head. Who's your favorite fighter, Henry?
James J. Braddock.
Oh, the Cinderella Man.
Yeah, James J. Braddock. You're the heart and soul of New Jersey.
Yo,
I actually love his fucking story.
Watch the movie Cinderella Man.
The guy was fighting like every weekend, pretty much. Like he was fighting like every 2 weeks. This is the 1920s.
Yeah, it's like
1920s,
Great Depression.
No,
it was the 20s. It was the 20s. It was the mid 20s. It wasn't the 30s because it was the Great Depression. It was the Great Depression.
It was the mid 20s, and then he ended up becoming champ, and then he ended up losing everything in the Depression, and then he ended up getting back up. And then World War II happened, and he fought in the war, and then he came back home and still fought.
Yeah, it's a good fight.
That guy is like just in pedigree, like reading his story. Nobody's made like that now. But if I'm talking about like in the last 50 years, I'm in between two people, and they both fought.
Who?
Sugar Ray
Leonard or Robinson?
Sugar Ray Leonard, Hands of Stone.
Oh, Roberto Duran.
Those two are like hands down and like one of the best. And all right, let's talk about pedigree. Sugar came back and got the W.
He sells Skechers now, by the way.
Yeah, Skechers are mad comfortable. So are New Balance. Don't do that. I'm a big boy. Those shits are comfortable.
Roberto Duran, he has a restaurant in his country, and he's a king down there. He be going around kissing babies like Rocky and shit in his restaurant. Did you know that?
Like a president?
Yeah, like he's the man. He's a big chubby dude. I love Roberto Duran. He's the man. He was so aggressive back in the day. He's the only one that beat Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, yo, those two are one of the best.
Sugar Ray did lose. But in his later years before he retired. But Roberto Duran gave him his first loss. That was a correction. My favorite fighter of all time is the great Puerto Rican, Miguel Cotto.
Oh, you know what? He is great.
I loved him so much growing up. His story is amazing, and they should make a movie out of his story. He goes up. He had that beautiful left hook to the kidneys,
To the
bro.
body. The body shot was
Ooh, bro,
crazy.
motherfuckers folded like a lawn chair, bro. Motherfuckers would be just dropped down until Margarito comes through. Margarito, he had plaster in his gloves.
Yes.
He had plaster in his gloves, and he comes and he
Beats
beats
shit at him.
he beats the shit out of Miguel Cotto, and they didn't even catch those plasters in that fight. They didn't find the plaster till he fought the other Sugar Shane Mosley, and they found it right before the fight, and of course Margarito loses. But the redemption. So after he gets
Destroyed.
after he gets stripped of his license to fight,
Right.
he finally gets a license and he fights against Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, yeah.
Manny
and-
Pacquiao broke his orbital bone. He broke his orbital bone. And then the after that fight, after he was all healed up, the redemption came in when Miguel Cotto came back and washed his ass.
Can I say something also?
No.
Is that fuck you? Is that I feel like Miguel Cotto was, I think, one of the last fights to happen at Yankee Stadium of a Puerto Rican. Like, he's like the last person, because to be honest with you, I am waiting for them to announce, like, yo, a Puerto Rican or a Dominican is gonna go fight at Yankee Stadium, and it's gonna happen. I think he's the last one to actually like fight at a main event.
Berlanga would
Because
be
you know
a
what,
great show.
but what I'm simply saying is that I was I think I was like 13. I don't remember how old I was at the time, but nonetheless, it's like now it's like, yo, I would love to go to Yankee Stadium and watch a fight. You know what I'm saying?
It was against Yuri Foreman. June 5th, 2010.
Dude, it's
you were
14 years ago.
you were
I was
19.
19.
You were 19. So man, I wish we
Stop
went to
giving
the,
my age group.
Yeah. You're old. We old. I'm
Yeah,
older than him.
but you know what though? What I'm saying is that Yankee Stadium should bring more boxing to it.
It
because
should.
It's so
It should.
fire, and there's so many phenomenal fighters that come from the Bronx too.
We'll
And
see. I don't think it's a good location to watch boxing unless you have seats on the ground. Like even like concerts there.
it's
kinda,
not.
concerts
It's
there kinda
not.
suck.
But it's kind of like, yeah, I was there.
Even the soccer games kind of suck there too.
Do
'cause-
they?
Yeah,
I've
because
ne-
of
I
the
don't-
seating,
I
the
don't-
weights
I don't.
set
I
up.
don't watch. I don't
I'd
watch
rather- yeah.
football over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've never been a
I
fan.
gotcha. So story time, we actually met him, and
yeah.
and check out this picture. All right, so we are at Madison Square Garden watching Triple G Vice fight Durian Chenkov. Remember this fight? We were in Philly.
Yeah.
We drove back. I think it was
Yeah, we went to
my
Philly
cousin
and we drove
Alejandro's
back.
birthday. Shout out to my cousin, my cousin brother. Love you, man. But we come back from Philly and we get tickets on the
Mad last minute.
mad last minute. But we're outside of our seats in the hallways trying to wait for a beer, and then we see a line forming.
What year was this?
This I think it
gotta
was his
be-
30. I think it was got to be at least 6 years ago.
Like 2018 ish.
It was 2019. We end up going to go get a beer. The line forms. We're like, what the hell's going on? We're like asking around. They're like, there's a fighter coming. There's a fighter coming.
Right.
And we are like, fuck it. Let's just wait online.
We waited online, and
Homeboy came out. Homeboy Miguel freaking Cotto comes out and he starts signing autographs. Yo, I shit my pants. I was so fucking hyped. I was fucking so hyped, man.
he didn't shit his pants.
I didn't, but yeah. Well, I
No,
got on
but mad excited like we were
Oh,
kids.
my God.
So I remember I was like, yo, Miguel, yo, bro, I stood right next to him. I stood over him. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
like,
a
yo,
small
this
guy.
guy would fuck me up.
He'd fuck you.
Well, I'm
me
like,
up, too.
but can you sign my hat? Like, I swear to God, I was like, can you sign my hat, please? And it was, I still have that hat
Do
to
you?
this day. Yo, I'm not getting rid of it.
All right, well, you got to send me a picture. I'll post it up too. That moment, they were giving out these little postcards, right,
Yeah.
to have him sign. I didn't give a shit about that postcard. He signed that postcard. I was like, Miguel, can you just sign my jacket, please? And that jacket I had is a WBC jacket. Inside, it had lined up with pictures of all the past champs in the world. Miguel Cotto's picture was in the goddamn jacket. Look how Manifest Destiny happened. It just, the stars aligned, and he signed my jacket. I went to an art store to see how much they'll charge me to frame the motherfucker.
Mad though.
Yo,
Like
motherfucker was like, well, if you want it cheap, it's gonna probably be like $500. But if you wanna vacuum seal it and get all this thickness in there, it's gonna be like $2,000. I'm like, what the
Why do you
fuck?
sound like you're from 1930?
That's
yeah,
what-
see, you
that was
never
a white guy.
understand
That was a white
again,
guy.
see.
But that's
Right.
what he tells me $2,000. That's the story. How we met freaking Miguel Cotto. Great times. We'll have a little part of this podcast about story times because we've met a lot of people. Believe it
Yeah.
or not, we've met a lot of fighters, a lot of people in boxing, and we'll share our stories with you guys. So.
And the community that we have with boxers too is like really big. So hopefully we bring them around and they just talk
Yeah, I
about,
would love to have some fighters.
They talk about their experiences, and I think it would be like super cool to just talk about.
Hell yeah.
And yeah,
right.
that's what I think.
Well, let's wrap up the episode. You know.
Later, guys.
Henry says bye. Crucito El Vago says bye too. Peace.
Peace.